All right, this is an interesting one. It's early mid 2000s Chevy Suburban, very good shape. And what this is the ignition switch in this thing. And so it mounts up kind of inside the steering column in that direction, but I'm going to turn around just so I can work it with my thumb. So that would essentially be, engine off or even accessory. So that's probably like, accessory, and then we go into key on engine off there, and then we're in the run position now. And you'll have to take my word for it, but there's a spring tension portion of it that goes into the crank position. And we'll get out of the sun there for a second. What I believe I've figured out and found is that for the most part the thing would work when it's supposed to. You'd run it into the crank position, but it just never quite felt right. And so it was starting for days and days on end. And I'm like, man, okay, I need this thing to be broken. And essentially I finally got it to where you would have to kind of really like go off and back on and then hit it again. Now it's working every time. I've already went ahead and put a new electrical side of the ignition switch in it. So I believe we've got this one whipped with a failed, it's probably been in there for a while, ignition switch. We are relearning the idle in it, and it may take a little bit for it to relearn. So we can kind of see the idle there. I had to unhook the battery on it, so in order to service this. So that's going to be a little bit to get the throttle blade or plate back where it's happy again, but that'll happen. So we're going to keep messing with it. We're going to keep starting it and making sure that it cranks every time, even after it sits, even after it, heat soaks, etc. So I think we're in good shape to get this one straightened out. It did have a TPMS light. We went ahead and took care of that just as kind of a courtesy. So should be in good shape. Definitely happy to have another one fixed and found a bad ignition switch.